Welcome back to another episode of On the Subject. I'm your host, Michael Vilardo, co-founder and CEO of Subject, subject.com, subject.ai. You know where to find us. Today we have a real special guest because we're in Chicago, in Wrigleyville, with a true Chicago native from Lincoln Park, Principal Kyera Bradley at North Lawndale Prep. We're so excited to have you on the podcast today and highlight your innovation and education. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
We're so excited to have you. And so we want to also shout out, she just led a panel at our conference for media and AI, innovation and education. So articulate, what makes you so passionate about being able to be innovative in education? How have you brought such an innovative lens to the space?
So I'll just talk personally. Can we go personal
of course.
first? Okay.
More personal, the better. More personal, the better.
So I tell people a lot about my journey. Education saved my life. I am a product of a single mom. My dad, unfortunately, was incarcerated from 2 to 10. Very impressionable years for any girl dads out there. Really impressionable years for me. And so one of the things that I did watch my mom do, work 2 and 3 jobs to put me through some of the best schooling that I got to experience. And so when I talk about the possibilities, it was my teachers, it was my leaders, it was the principal, it was all of the, what we call the village, like lending itself to me and then allowing for them to see me, right? And so when we think about some of the most amazing leaders, I am looking at the resume, but I'm also looking at the impact. And one of the things that continues to get me up out of the bed day after day, hour after hour, is this idea around being a really selfless leader and really paying it forward.
I love that. And we always do love to ask our leaders and say, hey, what made you want to help? But it sounds like that's a deep passion for you. When you went to Howard, such an incredible school, one that builds so many leaders in our society. Dr. Norris also went to Howard. What did you say when you were there and said, you know what, I want to get into education?
So crazily enough, it wasn't originally education.
Okay.
I was a bio and chem major. And so I originally thought that I was going in to be a pharmacist.
Yeah.
But then the pharmacy track was pharmacying, as the kids say. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. So it never was education for me originally. And so then I just maintained a bio track and ended with chemistry as my minor. But I think what I go back to is just, I'll never forget my science teacher at Providence A-Mill, Mr. McGrath. And if Mrs. McGrath, if you ever see this, I just want to let you know that you are literally the best man ever. When we talk about seeing me, right, did not allow for me to ever cut corners, created these opportunities where it was just like, I'm going to instill this in you. And so I ended up picking that up just because I love Mr. McGrath. And he shared with me as a Black woman or student at the time that you could be successful as long as you apply yourself. And so I think that is the thing that keeps me going. But ultimately, I think even more so for me, when I think about just the students that I'm serving, it allows for me to literally understand that this is the thing. And then my privilege, right? I got to own that, right? With being able to have pretty good education, not pretty good, because if any Howard alum sees this, they're going to get me. HU with
great school,
great experiences.
Incredible alumni.
Yeah. I just think that is the thing that has literally been game changing in my overall.
No, I love what you talked about there, though, representation. You need to see it to dream it. An opportunity to provide more diverse leaders at those spaces to really empower more students to have success, confidence, and really believe in themselves. That's what you've done at Lawndale. So I'd love to be able to talk more about that and like how you have been able to be such a representation and your role model that you've been able to just put in front of your students. It's so inspiring. I got to visit the school, so I'm not just speaking from hyperbole. I've actually seen it firsthand. What have you been able to notice by being there on site, on campus, and building real relationships with these students that are so impressionable and want to be able to follow your lead? And they just want to be able to see it modeled them for them. And you've done such a great job of that.
Thank you. I think for me, when they see me, right, like I'm an incredible example of a principal wear, right? I think when I go into rooms and I share that